Hey there, friends, it's Steve here. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. It's always great to have you along for the ride. And if this is your first time tuning in, well, be sure to hit that subscribe button, swing by getoutofdebt.org/podcast to send me your questions. And that's where today's question came from, and it's a big one. So let's dive in. A listener wrote in, and here's the situation. They're 71 years old, semi-retired, spent a lifetime creating meaningful work, documentary films, the kind that tell stories that matter. But as the world moved from DVDs to streaming, their income dried up. Now they're sitting on about 30 grand of credit card debt, living on limited Social Security due to a pastoral exemption, and trying to juggle bills, housing, and food. They've even looked into gig work like DoorDash and house painting, but that barely moves the needle. And like so many people in this spot, they've been getting calls and emails from companies offering help, promising to consolidate the debt, eliminate interest, even settle for less. One company gave what they called an impressive presentation. They had a nice website, glowing reviews, but something didn't sit right. It felt more like a sales pitch than a conversation about real solutions. So here's what I want to say, both to the listener and to anyone else hearing this who's feeling the same kind of pressure. Let's start with the obvious. A lot of these companies that call themselves legal groups or law centers are not law firms in the way you think. Many are just marketing operations, non-lawyer affiliates, using the power of legal-sounding names to sell you debt relief services. They're businesses. Their job is to pitch, persuade, and close the deal. That doesn't make them evil, but it does mean that they have a financial incentive to get you into their product, whether it's right for you or not. You know, the person who sent in the question nailed it when they said it felt like a sales pitch. That's exactly what it was. You weren't being given objective financial advice. You were being sold a product. And all those perfect 5-star reviews, well, let's pause there for a second because this one gets people all the time. Sure, reviews can be helpful, but sites like Trustpilot, they're not immune to manipulation. If you step back and look at the totality of the reviews, you'll often see patterns. Reviews posted in tight clusters, similar wording, even the same reviewers showing up on other debt relief companies with the same kind of praise. And what does that tell you? It tells me there's a strategy behind the shine. Reputation management is big business. And sometimes those 5-star reviews, well, they're more about perception than reality. That's why I put together the ultimate consumer guide to checking out a debt relief company. It's free and it's on my website. You can go to getoutofdebt.org/44985. And it walks you through step by step how to tell a good company from one that's just good at marketing. It's not long and it might save you thousands or tens of thousands and a whole lot of heartache. Here's my rule of thumb. If someone reaches out to you and starts with a pitch instead of a conversation, take a step back. Ask yourself, hey, are they offering a comprehensive review of my whole situation? Or are they steering me towards their solution they're trying to sell? There's a huge difference between someone trying to understand you and someone trying to close a sale. Here's the bigger issue. I think the worst mistake you can make when you're overwhelmed is to jump into a solution before fully understanding the problem. You got to take a breath. You got to zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. How did you get here? What are your goals going forward? And given your age and financial reality, what's the smartest play for you? Look, you're in your declining income years. That's not a judgment, it's just reality. You shouldn't be locking into an expensive multi-year plan that eats up every spare dollar just so a company can promise you relief that you may never fully get. Those programs often stretch over years, wreck your credit in the meantime, and if you miss a payment, boom! You're right back where you started, but worse, and you've lost all those fees that you paid. What you need isn't a shortcut. What you need is a roadmap, one built around your life, not their commission structure. Working with the right person isn't like walking onto a used car lot. It's more like sitting down with a mechanic who lifts the hood and shows you what's really going on. No upsell, just honest diagnostics. And that's why I always recommend reaching out to my friend, Damon Day. He's not going to sell you anything. What he will do is sit down with you and your numbers and your life and your goals and help you figure out what actually makes sense. He does the initial reviews for free. There's no pressure, no bait and switch. You can find Damon at damonday.com. Seriously, don't make any moves until at least you've talked to someone who can give you a 360-degree view of your options. And then if you decide to go with that law group, that's up to you. And to everyone else listening, if you're staring down your own financial stress and don't know what to do next, hey, I want to hear from you. Go to getoutofdebt.org/podcast. Send me your story. Send me your question. I read every one. You don't need to feel ashamed. You don't need to have all the answers. And that's why I'm here. That's why Damon is here. To walk with you, not judge you. Because the truth is, sometimes all you need is someone to help you see the road ahead. If you enjoyed the podcast today, it's free to subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell someone about it. It'll help me. It'll help you too. And I love win-win outcomes. And when you hit that like button, it tells the algorithm, hey, this was worth listening to. And that helps more folks find their way here. So until next time, stay awesome, be kind to each other, and remember to do good things. See ya.